Hello, and welcome back to the only channel on YouTube that wonders what it do. And I'd like to start today's video off with an apology. The audio quality of my videos so far have been trash, and I'm sorry. I've been using the built-in microphone in my Galaxy S9 Plus for almost all of my videos except for this one linked up here or here. And it's been really bad, which is why I finally decided to make my first investment into this channel and get a decent mic. I'm talking, of course, about this mic. Rode SmartLav Plus. And in this video, I'll be putting it through its paces to see whether this cheap $70 microphone is actually a definite improvement over the audio quality of my S9 Plus, and just generally going over the pros and cons of using this microphone. So first, we obviously need to start with the unboxing. Obviously, you get the box itself. It's very nice packaging. It's a cute little box. It looks good. Now, first up, we've got the manual and warranty card. We've also got this cute little carry bag. It's faux leather-ish. It feels really good to the touch. I don't know if that makes me weird. Oh yeah, it smells good. So yeah, essentially you just pull that tight, nothing will fall out. Got some nice branding there, not too egregious there. I do like that. So along with that, you obviously get a nice cable tie, just to make sure your mic's cables aren't getting all bundled up when they're in the carry bag. And then obviously you get the mic itself, which I'll show B-roll of because I'm actually still using it. But yeah, you get the clip-on as well as the mic itself. It does use a 3.5mm jack, so you might need to purchase an additional adapter if you want to use it with certain devices, but we'll get into that a bit later. You also get the little dead cat, which goes over the microphone, which should help significantly with wind noise reduction. With that out of the way, we're going to do some audio testing, so let's get to that. So this is the first test we're doing. Sound is currently being recorded on my S9 Plus, and as you can hear, it just doesn't sound quite right. It sounds like a phone microphone. There's no way around it, really. Like, you might put up some sound panels around the room, but generally these phone microphones weren't meant to capture the kind of audio you'd expect from a semi-decent video production. And this is our second test using the Rode SmartLav Plus. Now, as you can hear, there's a lot less room noise. There should be reduced echo as well. And my voice should just be coming through much clearer. And there should actually be some bass to it that wasn't there before. My voice just sounds much richer. I don't have to project as much. It doesn't feel like I'm yelling at the camera. I can speak at a normal speaking voice and the audio comes through just fine. So this is the third test. For this, I'm just going to be holding the mic like you would if you were going to interview someone. I won't personally be using it this way, but for those of you wondering what the sound quality would be like if you were to hold it like this and speak directly into the mic, this is what that should sound like. Another test I just wanted to do was to, even though I don't imagine this situation will pop up a lot, but instead of having the mic really close to your mouth, I'm actually holding the mic close to the camera in a way that it should act as a kind of shotgun mic. Obviously, it's not supposed to be used for that purpose, but if in a pinch you had to do something like that, this is what that would sound like. Alright, so the first of our outdoor tests will be run with just the phone microphone. So that's what you're hearing right now. I'm still projecting at around the same level I was while I was indoors, but obviously the sound carries a lot differently outside. You should be able to hear a lot of the background noise, birds chirping, there's some wind blowing, dogs barking in the background, planes flying, cars driving by. All that kind of stuff should be picked up by the mic right now. So if you were to go out and vlog and just use your phone microphone, it might sound a little something like this. And now, as you can see, I am hooked up to the SmartLav Plus. I'm hoping it reduces a lot of the background noise, including the birds, the planes, the bees, everything. Whatever the heck that was. Yeah, so I'm hoping it reduces most of that noise so you can actually get a good focus on my voice, because essentially that's what you want. The whole point of using this mic when you're out on the go or vlogging outside is so that people can focus on what you're saying, and that gets a little hard to do when there's all this background noise going on. So if you were to vlog outside, this is what it would sound like with the SmartLav Plus. So I also wanted to do a quick demonstration of what the SmartLav Plus sounds like when it doesn't have the dead cat on. So yeah, this is basically the audio from the SmartLav Plus without the windsock on. I think to give you a better demonstration of just what a difference it makes if you were to vlog in a windy situation or even a mildly breezy situation, I'm just gonna pop it off there and just do some light blowing on it. I'm just gonna blow on this thing. So that was the mic without the windsock on it at all. Let's just redo that and see what that sounds like. So now I have no idea what this sounds like just yet, but I'm betting with the windsock on, it sounds a lot better. Okay, so that does it for our audio testing. So what actually just went down? Well, first of all, I subjected you to the audio cancer that is the built-in mic in my Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus again, and I'm sorry for that. But seriously though, while the phone's built-in mic doesn't hold a candle to any dedicated mic, it was actually not that bad. It's definitely usable if you have no other options like I did with my first few videos, and to be fair, it did actually sound pretty good while recording outside just because it wasn't in an echoey room. But as I'm sure you'll all agree, there's just no beating a dedicated mic like the SmartLav Plus. Also unsurprisingly, we discovered that the SmartLav Plus actually works best when it's being used as a lav mic. Using it as a sort of interview mic where you just hold it to whoever you're interviewing and then to yourself will definitely work if you're in a pinch and only have the one mic. But as we heard during testing, the audio quality, volume, and just general clarity of the mic's audio while using it like this was just way too inconsistent for my liking. The same thing goes for mounting your mic next to your camera, or for that matter, anywhere else that isn't close to your mouth. When I held the mic close to my camera, it kind of just sounded to me like I had just switched back to the built-in mic in my phone, which is obviously not great. Obviously, it still sounded a little better than just the built-in mic, but using it like this feels like using Thor's hammer to squash ants. You're just not utilizing it to its fullest potential. During the test, we also got to hear what the SmartLav Plus sounds like outside in the wild, or my backyard. Same thing. Even with a ton of ambient sound going on outside, the SmartLav Plus actually held its own really terrifically. You could definitely hear some of the louder ambient sounds going on, but for the most part, my voice came through really clearly, and that's what I really like about this mic. My subtly subjective blow testing did give us some idea. And what we got from that was that the included windshield does a really good job at eliminating a lot of wind noise. If you are going to be out vlogging in more windy conditions or during a storm or what have you, then you're probably going to want to invest into a slightly more robust windshield than this one. But for most people that don't vlog in gale whatever level storms, the included windshield will do you just fine. But with all of that out of the way, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's look at some cons. Now, while I don't suspect that this will be an issue for most of you, if you do have a longer-ish beard like I had a few days ago, it's a little trimmed down now, but if you do have a really long beard, your beard will actually interfere with the mic itself. Another thing I noticed that I don't really like all that much is that the mic is a little directional with its audio pickup. I did notice in my last video that when I turned my head to the side to look at the camera that was mounted there, the audio kind of took a bit of a dip. It did pick back up when I was speaking straight into the mic again, but as soon as I tilted my head to the side again, the audio does seem to fade out a little bit. That being said, it's not really so much the fault of the mic as it is my application of it. Another issue I had with the SmartLav Plus was that while it is plug and play-ish, you'll have to download certain apps to get the mic actually working. You can use Rode's official, I think it's RecForge 2 app, which will just record your audio. So if you just want to use the lav mic as a lav mic and just have it on you, recording audio in your pocket, then you're probably going to be better off using that. But if, like me, you're going to be shooting video and you want audio to record with it, you'll have to get something like the Open Camera app, which is the one I'm using right now, and be sure to change the setting to use the external mic if present. If that setting's not on, then you're crap out of luck. So yeah, it does suck that you can't use the mic for stuff like Instagram stories or Facebook stories or whatever kind of stories, because it just won't work in those apps. But it is what it is. I'm not too bothered by it personally, but that might be a deal breaker for you. My next issue with the mic is my biggest one yet, and it's this little cable right here. And I call it little cable because it's really short, like just way too short for what I would consider comfortable. I do need to plug my SmartLav into my phone just for convenience sake, because I don't want to have another phone in my pocket recording audio while this phone is recording video, and I'll have to sync them up together in Premiere Pro. I just don't want to deal with that. But that is something I knew going in. I knew the cable was going to be way too short for what I want to use it for, which is why, along with the purchase of this mic, I also bought a cheap auxiliary extension cord. I think that's about like 5 meters long. However, that extension does not work. I spoke to a friend about this who actually knows more about this stuff than I do. Thanks, Reese. And he suggested that there are various reasons as to why this might not work. And the one I eventually settled on was because Rode wants you to buy their extension cable. That's right, there is an extension cable specifically for the SmartLav Plus and its cohorts. And it's a little pricey. The cable I bought was probably around $4 or 60 Rand. And the official Rode extension cable comes into around 300 Rand, which is probably like $25 or something. I'll have the price pop up here. But as it looks like the only extension cable that I'll be able to get pretty easily, and that'll definitely work with this SmartLav Plus, I'm probably gonna drop that cash and get it anyway. But if you're going to be using this mic like I am, be aware that you might need to pay a little extra to get that extension cable. Do also note that if you want to use the SmartLav Plus on some cameras, you will need to buy a special little Rode adapter cable. Just to make that work. Like, it kind of sucks, especially because on a lot of product shots, they show the adapter being present and then you don't actually get it in the box. But it is a mic meant for smartphones, so I wouldn't knock them too badly for this. But even though there are quite a few things about the mic that I do not like, the audio quality this thing produces just makes all of that meaningless for me. When I do learn to optimize the audio quality of it and just learn some basic sound engineering in general, I'm sure I could get it to sound even better. The audio quality from this mic is already at such a level that I feel like it's kind of future-proofed audio for me. I feel like down the road, if I do upgrade my camera and the rest of my gear, I won't feel the need to invest into a different lav mic. So let's just get back to the question at hand. Should you buy the SmartLav Plus? Well, as for most of these videos, it kind of depends. If you're like me and you're going to be recording video and audio through your phone, then it is a major upgrade to the built-in mic in your phone. Especially if you're going to be doing static shots like I'm doing right now, where it's just me talking to the camera, or just doing game streaming, or just like static shots in general, like this current one, then you should definitely consider the SmartLav Plus. However, if you're going to be doing more high energy dynamic content like Casey Neistat style stuff, then you might want to give this one a skip. Because you are tethered to the mic and its insanely short cable, you can't do a lot of jumping around or exciting stuff with the lav mic on, because it'll either fall off, it'll scratch against all your clothing or whatever is around you and just sound horrible. And just generally, you won't be having a good time if you want to do more dynamic kind of stuff with a lav mic. For that kind of stuff, you would probably be better off with Rode's little shotgun mic that you just plug into your phone, because that will allow you to capture decent quality audio without being tethered to your recording setup. And that does it for this video. If you enjoyed this review or found it helpful at all, please do me a favor and hit the like button down there. If you want to see more of this kind of content or just more of my face in general, then please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon next to it so you're notified when I upload new videos. And if you really want to be an integral part of this channel, please do help me out on Patreon. I'll link it down below. Every dollar given helps out a lot and I really do appreciate it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.